What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here, and I'm gonna just give you the preview of my Graham Platner take. I've been searching all night for videos and corroborating messages, visuals that'll help me really explain what needs to be said about this. And I know if you've been on YouTube at all today, you think you've heard everything that everybody has to say about this, and maybe you have, except I am not just going to be talking about Platner, because yeah, he needs to go, obviously. And I'm not just going to say because he shouldn't have been there in the first place, because black people who saw the Nazi sign and heard him when he said that black people don't tip, and then when we saw that he told Valhalla, the racist wannabe, the brand new I'm a Charlie Kirk who's been to the gym a few times with a bunch of tattoos, when he told him, "I love your show, I love watching your show," black people knew. Black people knew. You see, the problem is nothing ever gets past that wall. Nothing ever gets past that wall with the white liberals for some reason. They say they want to listen to us. They say we've got to platform black women. They were talking about it. They say we've got to inject the black experience into our decisions, and we all were talking about it. We saw it from the very first commercial, where homeboy looked straight up like a J6er. Everything about that guy was the ancestors were calling out when I saw him. That has a lot to do with it, but it's not the different take. What I'm going to be doing tonight, as well as expounding on those ideas because it's important, is I need to respond to Park Rose permaculture again. I love her, man. I promise you. I know she means well. But there's a daggone blind spot that's brought on by trauma. I understand. Black people understand trauma, political trauma. Yeah, we do. And this trauma is earned because men have been horrible for a long time to women. It's what it is. Especially politically. Especially in places of power. But it has so blinded her. It has so blinded her to this one thing. And this is paraphrasing what she said. I'm not just making this up. Every guy that said he was going to vote for Platner because the opposition was just too crazy, she immediately says, that's because all liberal men will throw women under the bus. Excuse me. Because now, on the third accusation, you've decided not to throw women under the bus. On the third accusation, you've decided not to throw women under the bus. You can't imagine why the man would say that to you. The same thing that you've been saying for the past year. Now that you need him gone, now that it looks too bad, and a guy tells you, I was going to vote for him because of so-and-so, you say, well, of course you will, because you're just going to throw women under the bus. You were going to throw women under the bus. This is the third time. More importantly, when she says, we always have to choose the bear. Yeah, you do. I understand. But when you say that, make sure that you say it while acknowledging you're the bear for black people. Because racism wasn't enough for you. Racism was not enough for you. When you say that all of the men, the women who were being abused, it wasn't good enough. It wasn't big enough. That's why you always have to choose the bear, because it wouldn't have been enough. Men just see it like that. And I know you're talking about white men. I know you're not talking about me. But God dang it, if there was some sort of acknowledgement that when you hear, because of your trauma, a guy tell you, no, I was gonna vote for him anyway, like you were telling people to do, kind of. There's caveats there. That's why I can't just rant. I've got the receipts. She did not endorse it. She said that plainly. There's caveats. But I don't think I need to be any clearer. And when you were going to do that, when you were telling people, praising him, when you were looking at that straight up out of 1950s military propaganda, oyster fisherman propaganda, and praising it, my friend, you were the bear, because every single black person on this internet said the same thing. Before the Valhalla, from the minute that you hear how he talks about violence, from the minute that you hear how he talks about violence, I've been in the military, I'm around military people all day long. Some people love it too much. From the minute that we saw the Nazi tattoo, we said, hold up, people. From the minute we heard him say black people don't tip, we said, liberals, hold up. These things aren't just in a vacuum. People who act like this, racists, even closeted ones, even ones who don't think that they are, they're going to have an intersection with things like violence against women, things like control issues, anger issues. And then when he said how much he loved Valhalla's stupid show, racist show, we said, come on. You said harm reduction. I got a whole show. But it's imperative that I give you the background. On the other hand, it's for me, it's really just getting annoying, that blind spot. And it comes from trauma, so I get it. I'm hoping I can open some eyes and some ears with the show that I'm putting out tomorrow morning, if not tonight. It'll take however long it takes me. Your trauma has caused you to lash out without your accountability. That's unfortunate. There is nuance. Last I heard on she has 2 channels, and there was some sort of a accountability walk back. I if I could get into the whole thing, I would, but then I wouldn't need an entire video. This is the preview. The idea is, I'm going to leave you with this. White women, when you hear a guy say, I was going to vote for Platner because harm reduction, And if your response is, that's because of course you would, because that issue is not important to you, because I would rather choose the bear, I cannot find you safe. Remember that when you say that voting for the other person means voting for the child rapist, for the abuser of women, for the raising of the hand in support of more abuse of women and hiding the files of abusing young girls. So just maybe they did mean harm reduction by that. And I'm not here to praise any white guys. They brought the shit on themselves. But if you're gonna be on this platform and people are trusting you, you have to be able to acknowledge the difference, especially when you were the one showing his commercials like you were a network TV program. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Because if that's how you're gonna judge every white guy, without any actual just realistic nuance, not giving the benefit of the doubt. But if you can't see that part when you were actually thinking the same thing, you have now let your trauma turn you into a cult member. And if that's how you're doing it, please remember that black folks for the past year have been saying, what are you doing? It's obvious that race isn't a cutoff for you. Race isn't a game ender for you. Dollamore, it was. Knitting Cult Lady, it was. From the very beginning, they said, nope. Nope. Listen to the black people. So now when you tell me for the past year that you were hyping him up, and if I'm going to judge you the way that you just blanket all men because of the trauma I guess you haven't worked through yet, remember that if that's the case, you're the bear. You're my bear. Because you were willing to throw me under the bus so you could get a socialist. We all want one. We all want one. But when you say, men, we're going to throw women under the bus to get that status, or to get that vote, or to get that policy, I say you were going to throw me under the bus to get that policy. And you will again. You've proven you still haven't listened.